It's Monday. Welcome to the Trav Show. Hope you had a great weekend. I had a really good weekend. Got some things at home completed. Got to take in some college sports live. I got to spend time with my wife. What else did we do? Got to fire up the old smoker and the grill. Now that I think about it, it was a really good weekend. Monday got here in a hurry, didn't it? Is that the case for you? If that's the case for you, hang in there. I am going to do my best to make sure that Monday at least doesn't hurt. That's the threshold we're shooting for today. Hopefully, I can hit that target. What do you say we get things rolling? Today is Monday. It is March the 16th, year of our Lord 2026, and it is indeed a day worth celebrating. It is Act Happy Day. Don't be happy, just act happy. It's also Black Press Day. It's a Dribble to Work Day, a basketball, not spittle. Everything you do is right day. Well, that's me every day. I don't know about you. Freedom of Information Day. That's what allows us to do this show and cover some of the stories we have planned. It is Lips Appreciation Day. Fire up. National Artichoke Heart Day. No thanks. National Curl Crush Day. You got to curl crush someone that has curly hair that you just, maybe you borderline obsessed with. Nah, me neither. National Panda Day. National Welderly Day. That's a wellness day for the elderly. And it's St. Euros Day. Nobody cares. There's a bigger Saint Day coming up. On this day in history, in 597 BC, the Babylonians captured Jerusalem and replaced Jehoiachin with Zedekiah as king. 1660, English Long Parliament disbands. Oh, what a sad day. Let's see. 1867, Joseph Lister first outlines the discovery of the antiseptic surgery in an article in The Lancet, and who among us doesn't take that fine periodical? 1935, Adolf Hitler orders German armament, easy for me to say, in violation of the Treaty of Versailles. 1968, General Motors produces its 100 millionth automobile, an Oldsmobile Tornado. Boy, what a great car. I don't know that I've ever seen one, to be honest. Today in music, in 1894, Jules Massenet's opera Thais premieres in Paris. And today in sports, first English FA Cup final, Wanderers defeat Royal Engineers 1-0 with Morton Betts scoring the winner. I remember that day like it was yesterday, but it was in 1872 when Betts scored the winner. I don't know. There you have it. Reasons to celebrate. It is now time for today's official dad joke of the day. Remember, if you are not a dad, do not try this at home. We are professionals. What's small and red and has a rough voice? A horseradish. Time now to check in with our bozos. Bozo criminal for today comes from, criminals, I guess. Comes from Naples, Florida, where the cops were called to a hotel where a wedding reception had taken place a short time earlier. They found our groom with a bloody nose, busted lip, and a swollen eye. Maybe a scorned ex-boyfriend of the bride. Maybe bride's dad. Well, his bride was found in the hotel salon room, still in her bloody wedding dress, with blood on her face and chest. So what the heck happened? It appears shortly after exchanging vows, the loving couple got into an argument about her brother. The disagreement got heated quickly, with the bride headbutting the groom, resulting in a busted nose and lip. Both were arrested and charged with domestic battery. The honeymoon will have to wait. Nothing says I love you like being cuffed and stuffed in the jail. Folks, let me take just a minute to tell you about my friend Donovan over at Stormwind Knife Supply. Donovan is a first responder with 15 years in law enforcement and over 20 years of knife making experience. he knows his way around the blade. If you've ever wanted to try your hand at the craft, Donovan has beginner-level knife blanks starting at just $30. $30! These are the perfect project to start with. You pick your blank, grab some of his exotic handle materials like ram horn or maybe even camel bone, and build it right at your workbench or even your kitchen table. Now, if you want a custom look but aren't ready to do it yourself, message them on Etsy to ask about build service for those beginner blanks, including laser personalization. It's the ultimate way to create a one-of-a-kind gift with a name or date etched right into the steel. And for the serious collectors, ask him about his premier $1,000 plus custom builds. Whether you're in Ohio, Alabama, or even in the Smoky Mountains, search Stormwind Knife Supply on Etsy. Use code TRAVSHOW for 25% off your materials. That's all one word. That's Stormwind Knife Supply on Etsy, code TRAVSHOW. Build a gift or build a legacy. Time to take a look at sports from the World Baseball Classic. The United States edges out the Dominican Republic 2-1 in the semifinals. It was a close one. Everybody knew that was going to be a fantastic game, and it indeed was. To the NBA we go. Yesterday, the Thunder over the Timberwolves 116-103. Raptors defeat the Pistons 119-108. Cavs lose to the Mavericks 130-120. 76ers over the Trailblazers 109-103. Switching to motorsports. In NASCAR, Denny Hamlin gets a win at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Chase Elliott finishes second, and his Hendrick teammate William Byron rounds out the top three. IndyCar was in Austin, where Kyle Kirkwood was victorious. Alexander Palou second, and Will Power your podium finishes. NHL scores: the Ducks over the Canadiens 4-3. Senators take the victory from the Sharks 7-4. Jets defend home ice against the Blues 3-2. And in the important game, the Predators fall to the Oilers 3-1. We're still above 500. Barely. College basketball in the Big Ten Championship. Purdue upsets number one Michigan 80-72 to claim the title. In the SEC, Arkansas wins 86-75. American Championship goes to South Florida 70-55. And the Atlantic 10 Championship, VCU over Dayton 70-62. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk. Specifically, I need to talk to those of you who are fans of terrible teams. Hang in there. Don't be a bandwagon fan. I know one guy, his college fandom depends on who's good. Yeah, I'm sure you know people like that too. Anyway, there are benefits to supporting a not-so-great team. Now, I've made no secret here on this show and radio station. When it comes to the NFL, your old friend loves the Tennessee Titans. Now, when I was a kid, they were the Houston Oilers, and they had a quarterback named Warren Moon. For whatever reason, little Trav fell in love with Warren Moon. So when they moved to Nashville, Trav moved with them. In my heart, of course, not physically. And yeah, we had the 1 year Super Bowl against the Rams that we lost by a yard. And I thought, oh man, I was getting older, I was a teenager, and thinking, oh, this team, man, yeah. And that's pretty much been it. We've made the playoffs a few times, but that's pretty much been it. Last year, hey, we beat the Chiefs with their third-string quarterback, but we still beat the Chiefs. Anyway, here's why I'm telling you, hang in there. There are benefits. On Friday, there was a website that sells merchandise for all teams, and they were having a great sale. I mean, discounted stuff. I racked up I mean, I loaded up on Titans gear. The Titans announced new colors and new logo last week, so that was one plus. Hey, we got to get rid of this old inventory. Plus, hey, they won 3 games. We're really loaded up on inventory. So hang in there, losers. You get cool stuff. Welcome to Study Hall, where I take a moment out of your day to educate you on the things of this world so you too can be a cultured son of a gun. Did you know that headstones with QR codes are now a thing? Yep. These living headstones can show visitors photos, videos, biographies, and comments from loved ones. Now, if you have a sense of humor, you could have some fun with this. Like, before you go, record videos of yourself inside a casket, coffin, whatever. So when they pull you up, it looks like they're looking in your coffin at the time. Maybe even have like a skeleton in there and you just voice over. This is how my mind works, people. Have a little fun with it. What do you care? You're dead. There you have it. Today's lesson, class dismissed. Well, we have pretty much made it through hour 1. I'm going to take a break here and try to catch this ladybug that has found its way into the studio without harming it. Can I do it? Will the ladybug be saved? Stay tuned. I'll let you know. It's the Trav Show. Coming at you is hour number 2 of a Monday edition of the Trav Show. Thanks so much for making us a part of your day. No matter where you are, it is appreciated. Don't forget, you can reach out and touch us virtually anytime you would like. Send me an email, thetravshow@yahoo.com. And more and more people starting to take advantage of that. And look, there's some people that send me stuff and they specifically say, hey, Trav, rather you not talk about this on the air, I just wanted to get your thoughts on something. And that's fine. We can do that. Like, you're not destined to be on the show or made to be on the show just because you reach out to me. But if you don't want it on the show, you better tell me. Otherwise, it will be on the show like this. News or nonsense? Well, it has begun. The battle against good and evil? Not necessarily. The battle against humans and robots? Yup. It was an android arrest. A humanoid robot has been detained by cops for terrorizing an elderly woman on a Chinese street. I'm sorry, what? You know, China's always bragging about all the robots they integrate into society. The surreal incident occurred last week in the city of Macau, with the startled 70-year-old ending up in the hospital following her encounter with the 4-foot 4-inch bot. Now, I'm seeing a still shot here. She's not much bigger than 4'4" herself. What's going on? Onlookers filmed video of the woman yelling at the robot, reported to be a Unitree G1 model retailing for $13,500. You're making my heart race, the woman raged in Cantonese, per report in the Macau Post. And who among us doesn't take that fine periodical? You've got plenty to do, so what's the point of messing around with this? Are you freaking crazy? According to the publication, the woman was walking along the street looking at her cell phone when she realized something was following closely behind her. Startled, she turned to find the robot. In the video footage, the bot was seen raising both arms as he was scolded by the woman. Video subsequently shows 2 police officers taking the robot off the streets. Now, the Macau Post reports that there was no physical contact between the woman and the robot. However, she was taken to the hospital where she was examined and released. The robot purportedly belongs to an education center in Macau and was conducting promotional activities in the area. The android was being operated remotely by a 50-year-old man who told police he was testing the robot to further improve its operation. Uh-oh. I see a potential problem here. He was subsequently warned by authorities to be more mindful of endangering or frightening pedestrians. So this wasn't just some AI-powered robot out on the streets on its own. This was being controlled by a guy in his house. I sense a potential problem here. Creeps all over the world can spend $13,500 to follow women or anyone around town without being behind them and without showing their face. Buckle up, folks. Here we go into the future. It's birthday time from Travland. Happy birthday to Blake Nash. That's the only one I have today from Travland, so we move on. Actor Eric Estrada turns 77 today. Let's see. Singer Ray Benson of Asleep at the Wheel is 75. Guitarist Nancy Wilson of Heart is 72. Rapper Flavor Flav is 67. Folk singer Patty Griffin turns 62 today. Lauren Graham from Parenthood and Gilmore Girls is 59. Alan Tudyk from Suburgatory is 55. Tim Kang from The Mentalist turns 53 today. Actor Brooke Burns from Baywatch is 48. Kimry Lewis from Scandal is 44. Brett Davern is 43. And bassist Wolfgang Van Halen of Mammoth is 35. Happy birthday to them and to you. With today's Not News, I'm Not Trav. We head to Canyon, Texas, where local 7-year-old Braden Rogers got totally exposed over the weekend after he suffered an embarrassing hoops beatdown against his father. Jim Rogers exploited hole after hole in Braden's weak game, from shaky offhand dribbling to abhorrent defending against spin moves in the paint. Braden got totally shown up, said neighbor Bradley Larson, who watched the game. Jim completely exposed him as a pretender. Braden just couldn't deal with Jim's length or acceleration. He had no answers when Jim started banging bodies down in the post. It was humiliating. Jim sportingly shook Braden's hand after the 32-4 thrashing, basking in vindication. My 6-year-old kept saying Braden was so good, maybe unbeatable. I decided to be the bigger man and let the scoreboard do the talking. He is who we thought he was. What do you say now, little guy? At press time, Braden had taken ownership for his awful performance and vowed to spend the offseason reevaluating every aspect of his game. Hey everybody, it's your buddy Trav. Do you want better coffee without the jitters? Well, try Strong Coffee Company. Their black instant coffee and lattes pack 15 grams of protein, MCTs for steady energy, and adaptogens for focus and calm. No crash, just clean energy and great taste. Grab the biggest exclusive discount with my promo code TRAVSHOW, all one word, and save 15% off of your entire order today. That's strongcoffeecompany.com.
Hey, tune in, let's go! It's the Trav Show! Here we go.
News or nonsense? You ever had good intentions sometime and it backfire? Yeah, that's what happened here dramatically. A Pennsylvania judge declared a mistrial for a man accused of killing his neighbor's yellow lab after jurors were caught mingling with a courthouse therapy dog and wandered into their room, according to reports. Judge Michael Salisbury declared a mistrial on Friday after the therapy pooch named Clark inadvertently wandered into the room where jurors are gathered after their lunch break for the trial of Robert Wallish III. Wallish is on trial for multiple charges, including aggravated animal cruelty for killing his neighbor's yellow mixed lab named Hemi near his hunting cabin in 2024. Clark, a black lab, was at the courthouse on Friday with his probation office handler when his leash was dropped, causing him to scamper into a room where the jurors pet him, the outlet reported. How dare they? After being informed of the impromptu therapy dog visit, Salisbury called Wallish's defense attorney and the DA into his chambers to discuss the issue of concern. Now, Wallish's attorney, Sarah Marie Lockwood, moved for a mistrial despite the DA suggesting to poll the jurors. Hey, well, is this affecting you? Well, the defense's motion was ultimately granted, according to the outlet. Mistrial means Wallish's case will get another trial with a brand new jury, unless he takes a plea agreement. Do not call me for jury duty. Here's the thing. And look, I know his defense attorney's just playing by the rules. But this, I mean, it's basically where these people would not have, they've never seen a dog. They've never pet a dog. So having a dog in the jury room obviously affects their opinion of this case. We have to throw it out. We have to start again. There was a dog in there. Let me ask you something. If he was accused of killing a human, what? Look, there are other humans on the jury. We cannot have that. We have to have a mistrial. These people know what a dog is. I would say the majority of them go home to their dog. Again, I realize she's just playing by the rules, but boy, some of the rules and loopholes in our judicial system. Hey, these people saw a dog. They can't be fair in this case now. They probably saw 6 on the way in that morning. Come on, people, let's get real. It's time to grab that virtual shopping cart and peruse the aisles of Facebook Marketplace for the unique, the one-of-a-kind, the never needed but always wanted item. And today, I gotta tell you, falls into the category of never seen before and fantastic. I'm just saying, this comes to us. Who does this come to? Megan Stallsworth from Knoxville, Tennessee. Home of the Volunteers. But I will allow it. Highly rated on Marketplace. Joined Facebook back in 2020. Has 43 5-star votes. So Megan is crushing it in the virtual flea market that is Marketplace. She lists this item as used but good. Now, what is it? It is a Coca-Cola fountain top telephone. Model 691B. Designed to resemble a soda cup with a straw. Push-button dial base underneath, approximately 6 3/4 inches tall. Iconic 1980s collectible for Coca-Cola retro memorabilia enthusiasts. Now, let me simplify what it is. For us folks old enough to remember the old red paper cup, like when you go to, I don't know, a fast food joint and they would give you the cup and you go, well, back then they actually filled your drinks for you. You youngsters, imagine that. When you ordered a Coca-Cola, they handed you a cup full of Coca-Cola, not just an empty cup, and saying, go get it yourself. But it looks exactly like that cup. Even looks like it has Coca-Cola in the top of it with a straw sticking out. The ear hole and mic are on the side, so it looks like you're holding a cup of Coca-Cola with a straw to your head. It is a landline phone. If you are interested in this, you could have it for the low price of $25, which is almost how much a cup of Coca-Cola costs nowadays. There you go. Finally, after nearly an hour, I was able to relocate the Ladybug. How long until it finds its way back into the studio here? Probably not long. You find your way back into the Trav Show after the break.
Hey, tune in, let's go. It's the Trav Show.
Limping into hour 3 of a Monday edition of the Trav Show like a two-legged chair. It's your old friend Trav. Thanks so much for being with us today. Don't forget, if you've missed any of the Trav shows over the past 100 episodes, give or take, there's 1 or 2 that technical issues, but anyway, they are archived on Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, what else, I think Audible, Spotify, Spreaker, On Podium, pretty much anything but iTunes. We protest iTunes here, but yeah, the last 100 episodes you can get. Just subscribe. It costs nothing. Not a thing. Kind of like this next song costs you nothing. News or nonsense? Cautionary tale here. The next time you are on a street, highway, road, whatever, full of potholes, maybe press the brakes before complaining about it. Those potholes apparently could save your life. What am I talking about? Well, friend, I'm glad you asked. An Indian woman who had been declared brain dead appears to have been brought back to life thanks to a pothole, according to her husband. Late last month, Vanita Shakula, age 50, was being brought home in an ambulance with her husband after doctors had said there was, quote, no sign of life in her, per local media outlet The Times of India. And who among us doesn't take that fine periodical? Shakula had been discharged from a hospital in the city of Bareilly in the state of Uttar Pradesh with almost no hope of survival. So they just said, look, we see no signs of life. There's nothing we can do. Why don't you take her home? It's a little different. But during her February 24th journey back home with her husband, Kuldeep Kumar Shukla, the vehicle violently struck a pothole, resulting in an unexpected outcome. I told my family to prepare for her last rites. She was not breathing. There was only a sinking heartbeat. As the ambulance reached Hafkajan, I'm sure that's exactly how that's pronounced, it struck a large pothole and the vehicle moved violently. My wife started breathing normally again. He continued, I immediately informed my family to suspend all the funeral preparations. Now, according to NDTV, Vanita was rushed to another hospital where she was admitted for treatment. After nearly 2 weeks in the hospital, she recovered enough to be discharged. Well, to be fair, she was discharged when they thought she was dead. Kuldeep said his wife returned home on March 9th after critical medical care and conquering her death. She is now not just awake, but talking to us. Upon being readmitted to the hospital, she was assessed by Dr. Rakesh Singh. Singh told the TOI that her brainstem reflexes were found to be absent while she was in the hospital in Bailey. But now there were signs of activity. And if she's talking, I'm pretty sure, yep, all because of a pothole and a driver who refused to go around it. What a wild story. Time to share what I am looking forward to. To look forward, I have to look back. Saturday, my wife and I went to one of our favorite restaurants here locally. And when we got there, we discovered they were having a St. Paddy's Day celebration, which I was absolutely thrilled. That is not sarcasm. But anyway, like, we didn't know, but you were supposed to have reservations. But they said, the nice host there, he said, well, if you don't have reservations, we can seat you outside. And I was like, even better. You don't have the crowd chatter. They had a band, which was a little loud on the inside. They placed us outside down towards the band end of the restaurant. So we had the music without it being overpowering. We had the atmosphere without having to scream at each other. And we had fantastic weather. So it was absolutely perfect. Celebrating St. Paddy's Day, having fish and chips, which I had been craving. My wife was the one suggested, hey, how about we go here for fish and chips? I said yes. And we had a great conversation, just the two of us. You know, it wasn't a couple's date. It wasn't, family. It was just the two of us. It was fantastic. So I'm looking forward to more of that with my wife. Our kids are older. They're working. They've got their own things. So, we do have more time just for the two of us. It's kind of like we're dating again. And there were no awkward pauses in the conversation. How can you not look forward to more of that? Hey everybody, it's Trav. Listen, there's nothing like peace of mind. And you can have peace of mind that your family will be taken care of in the event of a natural disaster or some unforeseen disruption. You can do that by visiting Prep Starts Now. Empower your family with confidence through simple tools and expert guidance. Conquer uncertainty one step at a time. Use promo code TRAVSHOW at checkout. Save 15% off any and all products. That's PrepStartsNow.com.
Hey, tune in, let's go. It's the Trav Show. Here we go. You drive me crazy. Go crazy.
Crazy.
It's time for the crazy news story of the day. Look, if stereotyping has taught us anything, it's that a lot of people in the yoga world are kind of weird, but not as weird as animal yoga people. There's goat yoga, puppy yoga, reindeer yoga, and I guess those could be justified. Well, those animals are cute. But now we have a new breed of weirdness that falls solidly in the nope category. For me, anyway, snake yoga. NPR, well, of course it's NPR, reports that a reptile pet store in Portland, Oregon, also, of course, started the classes. What? Snake yoga is held at HISSS, or HISS, a reptile-centered pet store that opened last year. Drew Morales, the owner, started the shop to provide all things reptile. We offer beak trimming services for turtles and tortoises, nail clippings, spa packages, says Morales. Shedding assistance, a turtle and a tortoise shell wax service, and now snake yoga. Wait a minute, you're telling me that he offers turtle wax service? I gotta know. Does he use turtle wax? He has to, right? Hiss says about 80% of their yoga customers tend to be snake fans, and the other 20% are coming for exposure therapy. Nope. I have no use for Satan's little hand puppet, especially not to expose myself to the very creature God himself cursed. You know what? I think I'm going to head down to the snake store, do some stretches, and put a boa constrictor around my rib cage and just see what happens. No, thank you, Hiss. What are we doing, people? What are we doing? Teacher Katie Vinnick says it's just like a static weight. There's this expansion and contraction and gripping and releasing. Yeah, it's trying to kill you. Oregon, you are the new Florida for the day. News or nonsense? To outer space we go. Mars, to be specific. Where, there is cause for concern. A party hat-shaped object spotted on Mars is drawing renewed scrutiny, with some experts suggesting it could be evidence of something major, while others offered a trashy explanation for the cone. The object, roughly 20 centimeters long with a flat end, was first photographed by NASA's Curiosity rover in 2022 in Gale Crater near the red planet's equator, and flagged on March 8th by Harvard University astrophysicist Avi Loeb in a post on Medium. Should we just assume that the mysterious cylinder is human-made debris and move on, or turn back the rover to figure out whether its origin is different? Loeb asked in a Medium post. Loeb urged NASA to dispatch the small SUV-sized Curiosity rover, currently on the slopes of Mars's Mount Sharp, to investigate the object, which was about 5 miles away. The most likely explanation is that it corresponds to human-made debris, Loeb wrote. In my opinion, NASA should prioritize going back to examine the cylinder relative to the more mundane task of the Curiosity rover. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a rock. Ooh, look, over there's a rock. Hey, there's something that is shaped like a cone and is not natural. Let's keep going. Ooh, there's a rock. Hey, there's a rock. Now, even if NASA says, hey, it's just debris from where we landed this thing, still go get it. That way you put away any kind of conspiracy theories and, nope, look, here's what it is. Here's on the diagram of when we drew up this rover. This is where that piece came from. But nope, we're not turning back. It's just some mysterious, apparently metallic, conical-shaped object. Why would we investigate that?
I'll tell you why they won't investigate that. They know the Martians have set a trap. If we go over there and we pick that up, that's when the Martians attack. Everybody knows that's what they do.
Thank you for that, Ralph. I did not know that's what they do, but I appreciate it.
You're welcome, son.
Time for a little good news here on the Trav Show. A Florida waitress has served more than 270,000 meals to the homeless, alongside her husband and 2 vibrant sons, who all exemplify their faith of Christian belief. An immigrant from Barbados, Gloria Vargas, has run the operation since 2012, largely from her home in Fort Lauderdale. I started with buying a little bit of spaghetti with ground beef. I started with 40 meals, said the 62-year-old woman. The next week, it went to 60 meals, 80 meals. Before you know it, I was at 200 meals every weekend. On a waitress's salary, using all her resources, Gloria now purchases huge amounts of chicken, fish, fresh produce, rice, bread, and bottled water, enough to nourish 175 to 200 people. Her sons write God loves you or an encouraging scripture on each meal's styrofoam lid and minister to the downtrodden by listening to their stories. Now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, when other organizations were shutting down, Vargas expanded her operation to serve up to 600 meals. Y'all, this woman and her family, bravo. She said, when it's cold, when it's windy, when it's raining, it doesn't matter. We have to show up. Then, thanks to a generous seed grant from the Byers Foundation, she set up a nonprofit, Care in Action USA. Now a daily operation, Vargas prepares approximately 120 breakfasts, 125 dinners, which are distributed to waiting crowds in under 40 minutes. It's fantastic. And I'm so happy her local municipality allows her to do this. I don't know how many times I've watched videos of people trying to do this in other states and other cities, and they were shut down by the government because it was not government approved. How dare you feed these homeless people and try to take care of them? We did not approve this. You will be shut down, face fines, and jail time if you don't stop right now. Good for this woman and her family. We need more good news. And just like that, the Travinator's week is over. Thank you so much for making the Trav Show a part of your world. Don't forget, you can get the last 100 episodes on Amazon Music. Stay in touch. You guys have a great weekend. I'll talk to you Monday.